Hi, Bob Siccoso here at the home office for Via Bellas. I'm here with Ed Schoner, and he's one of the participants that we raised money for. And I'll introduce him and let him tell you a little bit about his story. Katie's 5 Katie, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who came up with that name?
Well, we're friends.
Okay,
Katie's
yeah,
friends came up
yeah,
with
that was a good one. I like that. So tell a little bit about your story, Ed, and and what we're going to do with the funds. We're giving you a check for $1,000. We're splitting that with the American Foundation for Suicide Awareness, and we split it in half. So your end's $1,000 and a nice gift basket to raffle off at your event next week.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hard work in what you're doing. I know where you're going tonight, and I'll let you talk for a few minutes. Just take your time.
Well, first off, I want to thank you, Bob, and your company, Via Bella, and your distributors and your whole network that supports this, because it's an important cause that's important to me personally and to many people who've been touched by this.
Yeah.
It relates to mental illness and suicide. My beautiful daughter, Katie, had bipolar disorder and died by suicide in August of 2016. So our hearts still break and we still miss her dearly. But, good can come out of evil, and that's what we believe, that God can turn everything to the good, even the evil of suicide. And Katie's friends, after she died, started this race called the 5Kate, instead of the 5K, the 5Kate. And so that's an annual event we hold every year here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And it's used to raise awareness about mental illness and mental health and suicide awareness. This is all something that we all have to become better informed about and take steps to try to reduce the deaths from suicide. We need better mental health care and better support for those of us that are grieving a loved one who died by suicide. So your support and your donation will go a long ways towards helping us in these efforts.
When we heard the story, we wanted to get involved, and I reached right out to you to a small part of what we do,
Yeah, suicide affects everybody. Here in the United States, if today's a typical day in the United States, about 125 people will die from suicide today.
God.
So we pray for them and their families. And worldwide, about 800,000 people die every year from suicide. So it's a serious problem, and we need to get past the stigma and the discrimination. And by doing little things like this, putting a label on a candle jar, chips away at that stigma and discrimination in a little way. And it's so wonderful that you're doing
People
this.
get to see the label, and it brings a memory of a loved one or a friend of a loved one. Like you said, it hits home to everybody. As a lot of people know, that my daughter Mia works for NAMI down in Bucks County, and she's in the schools, and she loves what she does. And I asked her, I said, well, you're talking to a whole 7th and 8th grade, and so you're filling 400 or 500 kids in a room. I go, but you do one-on-ones. And I go, how many kids actually come and spend time one-on-one while you're there? She spends the whole day at the school. And she said, Dad, you wouldn't believe how many kids come and they want to talk.
Yeah, and I'm doing that this evening, as a matter of fact, with a small Girl Scout troop that one of their the girls in the Girl Scout troop died by suicide recently. So I'll be going and talking with them and hoping to find some way of healing and remembering their fellow Girl Scout. Yeah, it's a tough way to lose someone. We certainly don't want any other children to die from any cause.
Yes.
But suicide in particular is a tough way. And it's important that people be willing to get the mental health care, be able to talk about their feelings, and try to find ways to reduce this terrible death toll. And just as importantly, get past the stigma and the discrimination and have better research and better medical care, so that people who suffer from mental illnesses can get the better treatment than they do now. It's what I always say, go get the treatment that's available, but we need better treatment than we have now.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for what you do, and your daughter's watching down on you right now, I'm sure, on all the good work you're doing.
Yes.
So on behalf of all our distributors, thank you for your support in all the causes that we deal with, especially this one. It hits home locally here, as they all do. And thanks, Ed, for all the great work that you're doing. We appreciate it. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk soon. And that's for you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
We'll be here next year.